Welcome to Cloud Tech Nexus Tutorials. In this tutorial, we will focus on VMware ESXi 6.5. If hardware is not compliant, ESXi 6.5 will not run. ESXi 6.5 will be installed on a dedicated server first. Then the client interface will be used to finish the configuration. The previous vSphere client or new web-based client can be used. For graphics-heavy applications, a grid-certified graphics card is necessary. This tutorial will feature a graphics card that is not grid-certified. You can use either the vSphere client or web-based interface to make changes to ESXi 6.5. Both interfaces have their pros and cons. This will be shown also with workstation 12.5. Steps in the following order. The VMware Workstation 12.5 Pro will be used to show ESXi 6.5 interface and later a client workstation. Installing ESXi 6.5 on a dedicated server is the best practice. Creating ESXi 6.5 server. If using a hypervisor, choose your settings and install. If using a dedicated server, install media and boot from media. Wait for installer to load. Press enter. Press F11. Press enter. Press enter. Create root password, then press enter. Press enter. Press F11. Wait for installer to finish. Remove install media. Press enter. Press F2 and log in with root user password. Use arrow keys and select Configure Management Network. Press Enter. Select IPv6 configuration, press Enter. Press spacebar to disable, press Enter. Select IPv4 configuration, press Enter. Select Set Static IPv4 address, press spacebar, Set Static IP. In this demo, let's choose 192.168.1.140. Press Enter. You may choose another IP if available. Press Escape. Press Y. IP address is now static. Login as root. To access options to add custom scripts, select Troubleshooting Options. Enable ESXi shell. With this option enabled, you will be able to interface with the esxi 6.5 server directly. If for some reason you can't remote in with the terminal service, like PuTTY for example, login as root. Type in esxi space dash ? Press Enter. List of options appear. The purpose here is to run commands to further customize or unlock other esxi 6.5 features that will be shown later. Type in exit. Press Enter and escape esxi shell. A feature that will be unlocked will be running macOS, but a terminal like PuTTY will be used to remote into esxi shell. That will be shown later. Disable esxi shell and return to the main menu. This part of the setup is done. Let's remote in on a workstation and continue. Open a web browser and type in esxi 6.5 server IP address. Instead of a page with download options with previous esxi server, this time the web interfaces will appear. Log in with the root user account. License will need to be added. Manage licensing. Assign license, enter key, check license. Security and users. Users. Add user, add admin user. Roles, manage. Permissions. Add user. Select admin. Select administrator. Add user. Close. Select host. Right-click Storage. Click Browse Data Stores. Select Create Directory. Name new directory Virtual Machines. Name new directory ISOs. You can create and modify folders later. Upload ISOs or any virtual machine backup you would like to restore. Minimize Web Console and run vSphere Client. vSphere Client used in version 6.0. If not installed, you can find it and install it from VMware's website. Type in esxi 6.5 server IP and log in as an admin user account. Checkbox Install the certificate. Click Ignore. Click Yes to overwrite existing certificate. Select Summary tab. Right-click Data Store 1, browse Data Store 1. Open ISOs folder, upload any other ISOs if needed. Both web and client uploads work. Unlocker 209 will be used to enable macOS to run. Upload Unlocker 209, see description where to find it. With Unlocker 209 uploaded, Secure Shell SSH will need to be used to install the files. Log into router. Forward ESXi 6.5 server port 22. Log out of router and close router web page. To enable SSH, go to Actions. Services, select Enable Secure Shell, SSH. If you prefer to use Client Console to enable SSH, in vSphere Client, Configuration tab, click on Security Profile, click on Properties, select SSH, then click on Options. SSH can be enabled and disabled from here. Let's cancel Enable from the web interface. Actions, Services, Enable Secure Shell SSH. SSH is now enabled. Now enter Maintenance Mode. Select Actions, enter Maintenance Mode. This can also be done in the client interface as well. Select Actions, enter Maintenance Mode. Click Yes. Open new web browser window and go to putty.org. Download Putty. Close Putty download page and minimize web browser. Double-click Putty and run. Hostname, enter ESXi 6.5 server IP. Leave port 22. Make sure connection type is SSH. Open. Click Yes. The purpose of Putty is to SSH interface into the ESXi 6.5 server to make changes. If for some reason you can't remote in with Putty, you can log in the server directly and perform these actions from previous step. Changes can be made in either Putty or ESXi 6.5 server. Input the following commands, see description for script, or type in manually. When finished, exit Putty. Reboot ESXi 6.5 server from client interface or web interface. Run vSphere client and log in as admin. Log into web interface as admin. Take ESXi 6.5 server out of maintenance mode. Click Actions, select Exit Maintenance Mode. Let's try creating a virtual machine and the client interface as a test. Then create the virtual machine in the web interface. macOS will be the test OS. Virtual Machines tab, right click, create new virtual machine. Next. Name virtual machine. Next. Next. Select Other, pick OS version. Next. Next. Update disk size if needed, then next. Checkbox Edit, continue. Options, Power Management, put the guest OS into standby mode. Select video card, select auto detect settings. Select disk drive, browse data store 1, find and load ISO. Checkbox Connect at Power On. Finish. Right-click Virtual Machine, open Console, start Virtual Machine. Virtual machine runs. You can finish out installation, but let's now test installing a virtual machine in the web interface. Select virtual machines, create. Create a new virtual machine, next. Give virtual machine a name, select defaults. Next. Next. Customize settings if needed. Select disk drive, browse data store, find and load ISO. Video card, select auto detect settings. VM options, power management, put the guest OS into standby mode. Next. Verify settings, finish. Right-click Virtual Machine, Console, launch Remote Console. If VMware Workstation 12 or later is installed, it will launch. Click on Open URL VMware vmrc protocol. Checkbox Always Trust. Click Connect Anyway. You can always run VMware Workstation, connect to esxi server, and run the virtual machines as well. VMware Workstation 12.5 Pro. If having trouble running macOS, be sure to download and run the patch. win-install.cmd. This is included in the unlocker 209 zip file. Power on virtual machine and enable full screen. Proceed to install macOS. To format virtual disk, Utilities, Disk Utility. Select Virtual Disk Drive. Erase. Name and erase. Click Done. Verify virtual disk drive. Close Disk Utility and continue installing macOS. macOS virtual machine installed successfully. Eject ISO. Apple icon, system preferences. Desktop and screensaver. Select screensaver. Start after, select never. Energy saver. Move both sliders right to never. Click OK. Close. Those two preferences settings will keep the virtual machine available for remote login. VM, removable devices, CD, DVD drive, settings. Click Browse, load Darwin ISO, see description where to find it. OK to close. VM, removable devices, CD, DVD drive, connect. Click Install VMware Tools. Install in just a few clicks. Click Restart. Shut down. Click Edit Settings. Uncheck Connect. Select video card, checkbox accelerate 3D graphics, select memory size. Click OK to close. Power on virtual machine. Log in. Click Apple icon, System Preferences. Click Displays. Select Scaled. Notice the resolution. View, Full Screen. With VM Tools installed, the resolution is auto-corrected. The display memory is what is specified in settings. Select View, Full Screen. Now let's try the web interface. Right-click Virtual Machine, Console, open Console in New Window. You can adjust scale and zoom as shown. As the adjustments are made, it will affect the other browser windows. You can return the browser to previous setting when done. Also in the web interface, you can open multiple browsers for split screen sessions. This can be useful for presentations or multi-monitor demos. Let's close the second web browser window and restore browser back to previous setting. Another benefit with the web interface is that computers with web access can also log into the virtual machine without the client interface. With the virtual machine running, you can always have the choice of either web or client interface. Right-click virtual machine and choose interface. Log out and close both interfaces. This concludes VMware ESXi 6.5 setup. All steps complete. Thanks for watching.